Hi everybody, my name is Lacey. I'm a vendor at Collette'S. Collette'S is in Burton, Michigan, which is a suburb of Flint, Michigan. They will be closing on December 31st, 2022, and this video was filmed on December 16th, 2022. This video is to show you just what's left, what people are putting on sale, the booths that are empty. I just feel as a vendor that we should support the vendors that are left. I personally have cleared out my space. I'll show that to you later in the video, but I just went through the store. I filmed every single thing I could in the best order I could. It gets kind of weird. I'll drop the camera quite a few times. It'll point at the floor, my feet, because I didn't want to film people. I didn't want to film vendors emptying their booths. And if I do show a flash of somebody, it's their feet, their arm. I did my very best. It gets a bit disjointed, but I think you guys will understand. I've never made a YouTube video before, so forgive my discrepancies. Anything that annoys you, I sincerely apologize. I annoy myself every day. So I'll just, play the video. You could make sense of it for what it is, and this is just what is left and what is on sale before they close. Thanks. So as we get to the back of the red room is where my 3 booths were. They were all congruent. There was 2 against the back wall and 1 across the walkway. And it kind of created a cool walkthrough. So this back wall where the chalkboard, the gold thing, the rack, the end tables are, that was my 2 spaces. The one was across. It made a really cool kind of like store. And I'm really proud of that space, and I'm really, really proud of emptying it because it was very full. Okay, here we go. To give a little explanation about this building, it was originally a department store. Sometime in the 1970s it was built, and then at some point Harley Davidson purchased it and it became a Harley Davidson dealership. The Red Room, I assume, was the mechanic shop. I know that the main floor was the sales floor, obviously. But, you know, as you go through here and you see a lot of offices, and this is like a back alley. It was a bay where bikes came in, assumedly, or a stock room for the department store. They had individual studios that were for rent. You see that they had a cafe. There was quite a few booths that existed in rooms, all by themselves. I always pined for those. And even one of these studios I inquired about, I envisioned a painting class. Like when, you know, you follow the instructor, a la Bob Ross, everybody paints the same thing. Perhaps they drink a glass of wine, and they have a good time. I inquired about that. It was not accepted. I wanted to do it in the studio next to this one, which is the brown one, which I would have painted. I'm not unfamiliar in the art world, and I envisioned something really amazing. And I'm sad that, I envisioned a lot of things, but I'm sad that that didn't come to fruition, but perhaps one day. This space is very interesting. When the Collette'S initially opened, it was a glass blowing studio, which is why you'll see these hood vents. It's such a cool mural. You'll see these hood vents, pipe and whatnot. And that was very cool to see when they first opened. When the mall first opened, it was so alive and so exciting. And I was just happy to be a customer there for 9 years and then a vendor in its 10th year. I'm so thankful and glad I got the experience. All right, let's keep going. This booth, along with many others, are 50% off, which is probably not even what they paid for these items. Oh, Marshall. I think I stay for a minute on Marshall just because somebody had entered the booth on the other end and were looking at seashells aggressively. So I was trying to keep a distance, but still kind of head the direction I was already heading. She's a lovely woman, by the way. Her paper items and her ephemera that you'll see, I don't know if you redo it, if it's still considered ephemera, but either way, that's just a good word. Her paper items are so lovely and so well done. I'm sorry if you hear Paw Patrol or Spidey in the background. I have a headstrong toddler. Pitter patter as well, you'll probably hear. If not, just outright yelling. Sorry. So this woman's booth is just loaded. It's a double booth. It's still all set up. Everything's 50% off. Lovely mason jars with the zinc lids and who knows what else. Like I said, I stay quite a while in this booth. The paper alone is just worth it. And the display is so beautiful. But that would be a beautiful gift for anybody. Pop that sucker in a frame. Gorgeous. How lovely. Somebody's nightstand. I'd be so thankful. The cool little, whatever those are. The billiard balls were so cool. I can't think of the name of the glass things right now. It's ridiculous that I can't, but she's got some Christmas, a cool snowman, which I really loved. And unfortunately, while I was walking around, I didn't have my wallet. I didn't have my purse. I didn't think I could carry everything and keep my britches on. So I just didn't. But I think I will go back today or tomorrow or the next day and grab a couple things from a couple vendors. But, oh, Della, that was my great-grandma's name. I never noticed it before and was pleased to see it. R.I.P. Grandma. So on that note, I don't know if I will be able to hold it together while discussing this, but the whole genesis of me creating a Collette'S booth and attempting my business was because I was inspired or compelled to do so by the death of my mother. So I probably won't say any more just because, yeah, I think you understand. But let's keep going. So now we're kind of in the front of the store. We're heading towards the corner. This man had a great booth. He had actually installed another corner booth in the back next to my booth, which I really loved. I loved his taste. He had a really good sense of humor. And he'd put a radio in his booth one time, and I used that to my advantage. It worked. These gentlemen were so kind. It's a leather shop that's existed in Collette's since its inception. From my understanding, this man was so kind. I explained I'm filming a YouTube video. Could I film your shop? It was so impressive. You'll see in a second. I do ask where he's moving. He answers it in the video. All right, check it out. Do you know where you're going yet?
Somewhere between heaven and hell.
I know, right? Hopefully heaven.
Probably Mount Morris.
Cool. Awesome. I look forward to that. Thank you. So closing out the video here, we're back in the front of the store in what was a vinyl shop. It was huge, and the quantity of vinyl was unbelievable. It was very nostalgic. There was always people in here going through them, thumbing through them, talking to each other, showing each other, remember this one? This is my favorite, blah, blah, blah. Loved it. I always loved the energy in this room. They have tons of vinyl left for next to nothing. Cassettes for days. I remember my first car, I had a cassette player, and the cassette player had the way we would play CDs is we would use a connecting cassette with a wire that connected to our Discman, and then we would find a blank radio station and it would play our CD through the radio. I'm sure the quality was chef's kiss. I'm kidding. It was terrible, but we loved it. So yeah, just make sure to head out to Collette'S in Burton, Michigan. They're closing the 31st. This video was taken on the 16th. There are plenty of items left. Plenty of items left. These vendors need your help. They need to make the sales. Most don't have room at their home. Most don't have the energy to move all this stuff. The notice was not there as far as us being informed to move out. And it's definitely been a struggle before the holidays for everybody. Most of the vendors are elderly. You know, they could use help moving out as well. I saw people on oxygen struggling to move their things out. Perhaps when I go back up there to purchase things, I could offer to help some of them as well. They need your prayers, your thoughts, your good energy. This was a bit abrupt for us, but I hope you have a Merry Christmas. I hope you know you're special. I hope you know you're loved, and I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.